welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something pretty exciting. It's right at that intersection of, education and some really cutting-edge technology.
That's right. We're talking about immersive learning, AI, XR specifically, an expanded partnership between a major university and a company that's really leading the charge in this space.
Exactly. And we're basing this on a news announcement that just came out detailing this collaboration. So our source is that announcement itself.
Yeah. And what we want to do is unpack it for you, look at who's involved, what tech they're using, and importantly, what this could mean for, well, how people learn.
So we'll pull out the key bits, the main takeaways from the announcement, and try to understand the bigger picture.
And just to set the scene, this is happening over in Saudi Arabia with the University of Prince Mugrin, and the tech partner is EON Reality. The announcement, though, came out of Irvine, California, dated June 17th, 2025.
Okay, so let's start with the players. Who are these organizations? Let's talk about the University of Prince Mugrin first, based just on what the announcement tells us.
Right. So the source describes it as a prominent higher education institution in Saudi Arabia. It really emphasizes their focus on academic excellence, but also on innovation and leadership.
Okay, so not just traditional academics.
No, exactly. They apparently offer a pretty broad range of programs. Business, engineering, computer science, social sciences are mentioned. And there's a clear stress on developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills.
Which are, let's face it, essential skills today.
Absolutely. The announcement also mentions they have a modern campus with advanced tech resources, and it's not just about hitting the books. There's a focus on holistic development too, extracurriculars, community engagement, the whole package.
Sounds quite forward-thinking. If the source uses some strong language, right?
It does, yeah. It calls the university a pillar of knowledge and a nurturer of future leaders, so clearly setting high ambitions.
Okay, that's the university side. Now, what about EON Reality? The announcement gives them a pretty big title.
It really does. They're called the world leader in AI-assisted virtual reality and augmented reality-based knowledge transfer for industry and education. That phrase, knowledge transfer, that's key, I think.
Right. It's not just about flashy tech. It's about actually making learning happen effectively.
Precisely. Their mission, as quoted, is to make knowledge available, transferable, and accessible globally. It's a huge goal.
And they see themselves as fundamentally changing things.
Yeah, the source says they're transforming the way we teach, learn, and perform. So you've got this ambitious university pairing up with a company aiming to revolutionize how knowledge works using these immersive AI-driven tools.
And it's important we flag this. It's not a totally new thing between them, is it?
No, that's a crucial point from the announcement. This is an expansion and enhancement of an existing strategic partnership. They've worked together before.
So they're doubling down, basically, building on past success, presumably.
That's the implication, yeah. Deepening the collaboration, investing in the latest stuff EON Reality has to offer.
Okay, let's get into that latest stuff. This is where it gets really interesting, especially if you're curious about where learning tech is headed. What specific tools are we talking about here? XR, AI. What does that actually mean in this context?
Right. So XR, extended reality, that's kind of the umbrella term. It covers everything from fully immersive virtual reality, VR headsets, to augmented reality, AR, which overlays digital info onto the real world, like on your phone or through glasses. And AI, artificial intelligence, is woven into this to make the experiences smarter and more personalized.
Okay, got it. So what specific EON Reality tools does the announcement say the university is getting access to?
All right, so they're getting the newest EON XR platform updates. First, there's EON Custom AI.
Custom AI, so not just a standard chatbot.
Seems like it. The name suggests it's tailored specifically to Prince Mugrin University's courses and needs. So an AI that understands the subject matter, can interact contextually with students, and maybe even faculty.
Interesting. Okay.
Then there are EON photorealistic avatars.
Photorealistic. So aiming for really lifelike digital people.
Yeah, that's the idea. It points towards wanting a strong sense of being there in the virtual space. Imagine students collaborating, using these avatars, or maybe interacting with an AI mentor that looks incredibly real. It enhances immersion.
Which kind of leads into the next one they mentioned, EON Teach Mentors. What do you reckon those are?
Well, putting it together with the AI and avatars, it sounds like these are sophisticated AI characters designed to guide learning, like a virtual expert or TA available 24/7 within the XR environment.
Wow, okay, so they could explain things, demo procedures, answer questions.
Exactly. Tailored help right when you need it. It's moving beyond just watching videos or reading text. It's interactive guidance.
That sounds potentially transformative for personalized learning. The announcement also mentioned simulators, right?
Yeah.
EON XR simulator selection and Generation 4 simulators.
Yes, and this is a core strength of XR in education. Simulators let you practice things that are maybe too expensive, dangerous, or just plain impossible in real life.
And they listed different types.
They did. 4 types in this Generation 4 suite: procedure, decision, creative, and exploratory simulators.
Okay, let's break those down maybe. What would a procedure simulator be for?
Well, think step-by-step tasks. So maybe a medical student practicing surgery steps or an engineering student learning to assemble something complex. You practice the sequence in a safe, virtual space. Repeat until perfect.
Makes sense. And decision simulators.
That sounds like scenarios where you make choices that have consequences, maybe a business simulation, or handling a simulated crisis for social science students. You learn by doing and seeing the outcome risk-free.
Okay. Creative simulators.
This suggests more open-ended environments, designing things, building models, maybe architecture students walking through their virtual designs, or art students sculpting in 3D, a space for innovation.
And finally, exploratory simulators.
Probably for understanding complex systems or places,
Yeah.
like exploring the inside of a human cell or a historical site reconstruction, or even visualizing data. It's about gaining intuition through immersion.
That suite of simulators sounds incredibly versatile across different fields, and the source says the overall goal is.
Right. It says these tools will significantly enhance the teaching and learning processes and provide a robust platform for immersive and interactive education. It's about making learning more effective and engaging.
So, the tools sound impressive. But what about the results? What benefits does the announcement claim this partnership will bring to students and faculty?
Okay, several key benefits are highlighted. The big ones, from a learner's point of view, are probably accelerated learning and increased knowledge retention.
Faster learning and remembering more. That's kind of the dream for education, isn't it? How does the tech help with that, according to the source?
It ties it back to engagement. When you're actively doing things in an immersive, interactive way, manipulating virtual objects, making choices, talking to an AI mentor, you're just more involved than if you're passively listening or reading. That deeper engagement helps information stick better and be processed faster.
Yeah, that active participation makes sense. Like learning by doing, but supercharged with tech. What else? Collaboration.
Yes, it mentions collaborative tools that help with communication and teamwork, boosting productivity. Think about students, maybe in different physical locations, meeting in a shared virtual lab or workspace to tackle a project together.
Very relevant for today's world. Are there practical benefits mentioned too, like costs?
Absolutely. Reduced costs are highlighted, mainly because you need fewer physical resources. Imagine complex lab equipment or hazardous materials. You can simulate those, making high-level training accessible to more students without the massive expense or safety concerns.
That's a huge practical plus. And the solutions themselves, are they fixed or flexible?
Flexible. The source stresses they are fully customizable and scalable. So they can be tailored to the university's specific courses and can grow as the university grows. It's not off the shelf.
And they're plugged into future developments too.
Right. The last benefit mentioned is drawing on EON Reality's commitment to continuous innovation. So the university gets ongoing updates, access to the newest features as they roll out. It's about staying current.
It definitely sounds like both sides see this as a major move. There's a quote from EON Reality's chairman, Dan Lajerskar, in the source.
Yes, and his quote really frames the significance. He calls it a pivotal step in advancing educational methodologies with state-of-the-art XR and AI technology. Pivotal is a strong word.
It suggests a real turning point.
Yeah.
He talks about empowering future generations too. What does that look like here?
Well, based on the quote, it means letting students learn in an environment that's both immersive and engaging, moving away from just absorbing information to actively exploring and applying it. He argues this makes education more effective, accessible, and relevant to the needs of the 21st century.
Effective through better learning, accessible maybe through lower costs or remote options, and relevant by using the kinds of tech they'll encounter in the workplace.
Exactly, preparing them not just with facts, but with the skills to use those facts in dynamic, often digital settings.
Okay, this makes a lot of sense for the university and EON Reality. But let's bring it back to the listener. Why should someone, maybe you listening right now, care about this specific partnership in Saudi Arabia?
It's a fair question. The specific location isn't the main point for everyone. It's the concepts and the application of this technology that have broader relevance for anyone interested in the future of learning.
Totally. I mean, we're all trying to figure out how to learn better, learn faster, deal with all the information out there. This partnership is a concrete example of how a major institution is tackling that using XR and AI.
Think of it as a high-profile case study. The goals they're chasing, faster learning, better retention, practical skills through simulation, collaboration, these are universal educational goals. This shows one way these advanced tools are being deployed to try and meet them.
Yeah, it gives us a real look at what transforming education with tech can actually mean in practice.
Yeah.
What works here, what challenges they face. Those lessons could influence how universities, companies doing training, even how individuals approach learning everywhere.
It's a peek into a possible future where learning is less about passively receiving information and more about actively experiencing and interacting with it.
Right. So to kind of wrap up our deep dive here, this expanded partnership between the University of Prince Mugrin and EON Reality shows a leading university seriously investing in cutting-edge XR and AI.
Yeah, they're rolling out a whole suite, custom AI, realistic avatars, AI mentors, and those 4 types of advanced simulators. And the stated aims are ambitious: speeding up learning, making knowledge stick better, improving teamwork, and cutting down on resource needs.
It's definitely a signal that immersive, intelligent tech is being seen as a key way to make education more effective and relevant for the future.
Absolutely.
Which leads us with the final thought for you, building on this idea of transforming education. If technologies like these really take off, if you can truly step inside a concept or practice complex skills in a super realistic simulation, how might that change your fundamental relationship with knowledge? Does being well-informed start to mean something different when information becomes an environment you explore rather than just text you read? What possibilities or maybe even challenges does that open up for your own learning journey throughout life? Something to think about.